Right, so here we are back at Liz's garage. He's been busy working on the front wheel. So you're now finished polishing the rim and painting the spokes and so on.
Yeah, as you can see.
And you're cleaning up the discs.
Yeah, I'm just halfway through, prepping the discs and putting the discs on.
You got a new tyre on it as well.
Brand new tyre. Yeah,
right.
A side valve to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, drew the owners over the moon with
the colours.
The finish on the wheel, because when we had the tyre fitted, we took it outside into the sunshine for the first time.
Yeah, it was sunny for once.
When this paint's in the sun, it really pops. It looks fantastic.
Good.
So he's made up. So this morning I've cleaned the disc and cleaned the bolts and the threads and bolted that on, and I've got to do the other disc, which is down here. As you can see, they are absolutely filthy.
Yeah, they need cleaning up.
These are the best two. I had one disc off the original bike of Drew's.
Yeah.
I had two spare ZZR 1100 discs. And out the three, I wanted to check them for run out and use the best two. Anyway, these have literally got about 4 or 5 thou run out. So I can run these.
Yeah, they're floating discs, aren't they? So it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, there was one disc on Drew's front wheel which had about 1/4 of an inch, about 6mm buckle in it. So that went straight in the bin.
In the bin, yeah.
So that's the other side of his original 750 that I can use. And that's off a ZZR 1100, which is it's virtually the same disc, apart from that's flush there. And on the 750s, this inner section here, where the writing is, they machined it down a bit. There's a little step there.
Right.
This is thinner.
It's almost invisible, isn't it?
Apart from that, the offset's the same. Everything's the same apart from that.
Right, brilliant. Right, so moving on then. Over here we have something in a cardboard box.
Oh yeah,
and these are
stanchions.
Now, there's a bit of a story behind these fork stanchions because they were originally chromed, but they were too thick.
Yeah, they'd been re-chromed, and the diameter was over 43.
Which it shouldn't be.
And they were tight in the bushes, and you literally had to use a mallet to get the forks apart.
Yeah, which is no good.
Whoever had chromed them in the past had messed up a bit.
Right, so what's happened to them now?
Well, these have gone down to a local company in Sandbach called Dynasurf.
Yes.
They've checked them for ovality, and this was while I was away on holiday for a week. Turned out they had a 6 thou oval.
Oh dear.
So they've had to dechrome them, or whatever they do. Then they've had to obviously get them back to run concentric. Then they've re-chromed them.
Right.
And then they've ground them back to
what they should be.
42.95, I think they are.
Okay.
And that they should run nice in the bushes now without binding.
So how much did that cost to have done then for the two?
Well, if it had just been a case of grinding them back, it was not about 95 quid, but because of all the extra work with the ovality and everything, it was just over 200 quid, I think. Right,
but in comparison, if you went out and bought a pair of new stanchions...
I priced them up with Brooks Suspension. I've got for one of these, TNK Italian stanchion, I think £177 each.
Each, right.
Plus postage.
Right, so...
Which was about £183.
Right, so it's... worth doing then. So, and these are pretty much new, aren't they? They've been re-chromed.
Yeah, I mean, the finish on the finish you get from that company is better than the Japanese finish.
Yeah.
You know, it's much more durable. You couldn't get better than that.
No.
So in effect, we've got better than original now.
Yeah. Right. So moving on then, I can see here you've got some risers, which are very nice.
Yeah, we've got some risers. I was looking on the internet for something suitable. And everything was cheap and nasty. And then one night when I was looking on eBay, I found these really nice risers made by LSL.
Yeah, German company.
German company.
Yeah, very good.
Reduced from £100 down to £36.
Oh, that's worth it, isn't it? And they're really nice.
With the postage of £4, they were 40 quid.
Yeah.
And I remember asking you.
Oh, if they are good
if that was the original price. And you said, yeah,
even more.
About 100,
probably even more.
£100 a set. Excuse me, I'll just turn that compressor off.
Oh, it's okay. Right, so where were we? Yes. So what's next then? You're going to fit the stanchions to the forks and get the front end on?
Obviously, I've got to fit the castings back onto the stanchion. But I can't clamp the tube in the vice lengthways with soft jaws because you can risk
damaging
the fork or damaging it. So I've got to get an old yoke with a 43mm
hole.
Yes. Clamp it in a yoke, then clamp the yoke in the vise, and then I can
That'll
use
secure
that to hold
it,
it while I thread the bottom casting on to the fork stanchion.
Right.
So that's what's next.
Oh,
there.
something else that's happened as well is you took a trip to Leeds to go and see Roger.
Yes, I was just wanting to.
Roger Upperton, the head man.
Shower cylinder head man. Yeah.
Yeah, and he said actually the head isn't too bad.
No, I actually thought the valve guides on the exhaust side needed replacing.
Yes, down here somewhere.
And I took the head to him, and he's put a brand new valve in and done the wobble test. He said they don't feel too bad. And he went as far while we were there to get a bore gauge out, and he said there's less than 1,000 wear in the guides. And he said,
which is good news.
He basically said you'd be wasting your money.
Of course, yeah.
For me to take out the guides and replace them.
So now you can rebuild that and get it on.
So now I've had peace of mind off Roger.
Yes.
I can now go ahead and rebuild the head.
Yeah, and then stick it on here.
Stick it on.
That's the engine done.
But obviously, as I'm building it, I want to make sure all the components are spot on.
Oh God, yeah. If there's a doubt, there's no doubt, as they say.
No, so
and of course you've got the clutch fix has now been done.
The clutch has been
Slop
done.
has been removed.
Yeah, that's got to go back to Jeff's.
Yes,
that's the clutch that's been repaired.
Yep, no more slop.
So it's all been welded and.
Yeah, just like mine.
So that just wants a final clean, and we can assemble that.
Yep.
That's done. Still searching for a sump gasket because obviously it's a one-off gasket.
All right, for the turbo, it's got a weird gasket, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to find one's not easy.
I mean, I'd rather use the proper back gasket than
make one up.
A different model.
Well, you can make one, I guess, but it's a lot of work.
Also, I've been asked by the owner to extend the forks.
Oh.
So he's got a bit more ground clearance. And there's a forum on the internet where somebody's made an extension inside the fork, and it pushes the damper rod up slightly, which gives an extra 30mm of length. I think the maximum you can go to is about 32mm.
Yeah, I would have thought you'd wait until you see it on its wheels to see.
Well, I wanted to do that. I wanted to.
If it's British, well, do you know how long the forks are as standard? I don't know. I mean,
well, they're shorter than
ZX9B.
These are 750 forks, but Jeff's made these clever little collars to go in here. Yes, that's right. Yeah,
still to hide the fact you've dropped them down.
So you can drop the forks 15, 20mm.
Yes.
Well, about 15mm.
Yeah.
To gain some height there,
yeah,
rather than make a step top yoke.
No, which is very.
But I've said to the owner, I said, really, there's no ground clearance issues because it's a turbo. There are no pipes going underneath the bike.
Yeah.
So personally, I'd probably run the standard.
Well, it's something you can do once you've got it on its wheels. You can sit on it and say, oh, that's okay, really, or oh no, it's too low for me, or too high for me.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so we'll come back then, a week or two's time when that head has been rebuilt, and on the engine, the engine's all buttoned up as they call it, and the front end is.
Well, the front wheel will be finished in the next day. Next day. Then I've got to do the forks so they can get the front end in, and then I've got to paint the rear wheel
to go in here,
and then the tyres got to obviously go on and everything, and that can all go in.
And
then once we get it up on its wheels, we can work out the length of shocks we need.
Yeah, so they're going to be quite short, aren't they?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be shorter because this sort of sticks up higher than on a standard.
Yeah, well, the shocker mount's on the top of the swinging arm on these ZRXs, whereas on the original Z650, it's at the side down here.
Yes.
So you've lost
20, well, maybe an inch.
30, 40mm, maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I fitted the standard ZRX 1200 shocks that I got off you on my standardish Z650B, and it was like ridiculous. It was so high, you're on tiptoes.
Well, that's it, and I want this low.
Yeah.
Because it's got a lot more power than a standard 750.
Yeah.
And if he wants to launch it hard, if it's lower, he's going to be at advantage.
Yeah, he wants
that jacked up rear end look.
Yes, Street Fighter.
But if the forks are too short, it will look nose down and look silly.
Yes. Well, we'll see. We'll have to come back and see how it looks when it's on its wheels.
Absolutely.
Right, so we'll continue the video then when that's all done, and we'll come back and hopefully we'll see it on its wheels for the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, of course, it's time for
cup of tea.
Of course. Right, here we are, another day and more progress.
More progress, yeah.
So you got the front end in?
Yeah, finally. Got the forks done before last weekend. And then on Monday, I managed to jack the bike up, get the front wheel in, obviously, and get the rear up on a paddock stand.
Right, so now you're ready to get the back end in, but the rear wheel still needs...
I'm still working on the rear wheel and prepping it for paint.
Yeah, and polishing and so on.
And all that, polishing. Yeah. But obviously I can carry on work now on the cylinder head and the clutch and fit the clutch.
Yes, which has been modified, of course.
I can now get at the sump as well to fit the sump.
Of course, yeah.
Still need a special gasket for it.
Yeah, the sump's weird, isn't it? It's a weird one-off.
It's a one-off gasket, yeah.
And the sump's one-off, isn't it, for the turbo?
That's right. Yeah. And people do use standard 750 gaskets, but I'd rather have the right one.
Yes.
So there's that. Yeah, so things are coming together.
Yeah, slow but sure.
Next thing now is handlebars, brake calipers.
Yeah, what bars does it have? And it's like because
Z1 bars.
Yeah, which are really big, aren't they? Like cow horns.
Yeah.
But if that's what he wants, that's what he wants.
That's what he wants. Z1 bars.
Yeah.
I've got to design a bracket to mount the clocks.
Yes.
But I won't be able to tell where the clocks have got to go until I've got the bars on.
Yes.
So that will be next.
And it's having twin headlamps still.
Yeah. So I'm going to buy some billet brackets.
Yes.
To mount the clocks, save me making any.
Yeah.
So I presume they're available.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, and anything that will save time will be good. So we've got the headlights, so it's just a matter of headlight brackets. Obviously mini indicators and things like that.
Yeah.
I need to make a bracket for the back here.
Yes, just like I've been making for mine.
That'll mount the ZX6 backlight like yours.
Just like mine, yeah. I was doing it last week.
It'll mount the number plate, and it'll also have probably tabs on it for mini indicators.
Yeah, because
all in one.
Because you actually chopped off the original mounts.
Yeah, he wanted a clean look, so the brackets that were originally here have been lobbed off.
Yes.
And so it tidies up the back end and makes it look cleaner.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's as far as we've got so far.
In terms of, actually, one thing just to think about is rear sets. It's having rear sets because you've got those tabs welded to the welded to the frame.
Jeff's welded the tabs.
Yeah, like that.
The plan is to get it on its wheels with the bars on, get the seat on.
Yes.
The customer then can sit on the bike
and decide.
Sort of work out where his feet want to be. And then from that we can design an aluminium plate to hold everything. Yeah.
Is it having sort of one-off levers, or is it having a set of rear sets
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, well, we'll have to wait and see.
You know, we've still got the original mounts here.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case he wants to go back to them.
Yeah, because even if you don't use those tabs for the rear sets, you've still got to use them for mounting the exhaust system and so on.
Well, it's got a turbo.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
So the turbo pipe is a very short stub that comes about here.
Okay, so it's not going to have a...
So these are redundant if there's no rear sets bolted to them, really.
I'm sure you can find it for something.
We'll find something, yeah.
Right, okay, so we'll come back in a week or so and hopefully we'll see more progress.
Yeah.